As you may have heard by now, or noticed if you've been channel surfing in the late afternoons, CNN and MSNBC don't like giving their precious airtime to the White House Coronavirus Task Force daily press briefings.
We want to note a few things. First of all, we know these briefings have a tendency to veer in a lot of different directions. Not all of them are informative or relevant in the midst of this crisis. So we will listen as the president talks, and we will make sure we're giving you a fact check and putting what he says in context on the other side.
Apparently, they don't think Americans should hear directly from the doctors working on the front line of the pandemic because there are more important things to talk about.
Mom shares her secrets about how to make sauce. Very few people. I mean, you shouldn't criticize yourself that you're not one of the people that Mom saw as worthy to, teach how to cook and make tomato sauce.
Well, look, I'm sure she would have. It's just that you spent so much more time in the kitchen, Chris, than I did. And look, some of us have to work, right? I don't have the luxury of working 1 hour a day. God bless you.
Well,
I'm happy
first
for
of all,
you.
it's a full-time
most of us
job.
work more than 1 hour a day. That's all I'm saying.
You certainly have been working a lot, and I'll tell you what.
While it is hilarious watching Fredo get put in his place by his big brother, and there's nothing wrong with having a little fun at work, even in the middle of a serious situation, these two went back and forth for literally 5 minutes. Aside from wasting precious airtime on new episodes of the Cuomo Brothers, they also woke Joe Biden up from his nap to get his 2 cents on something.
The government, the federal government, is in charge. The president says he's a wartime president. This is a war against this virus. He should act like a wartime president. He should have someone else in charge with him, making sure all these things get implemented. It's not like we didn't know this was coming.
Poor Brooke Baldwin's like, that's a neat story, Grandpa. MSNBC is also doing their best to keep Grandpa Biden company while he's stuck at home all by himself, social distancing.
The president said that a couple weeks ago that every CVC and other, he named 4 outlets, were going to have testing sites outside of their stores and the various places that they exist.
I've never heard of CVC. I think you're talking about CBS, and it's time for another nap.
What is his responsibility, and what if there was allocating responsibility is.
The Democrats are getting quite concerned that Joe Biden has aged 10 years in the last 2 weeks and won't have what it takes to beat President Trump come November. And there are rumblings that they may try to convince him to drop out before the convention and hand the nomination to Fredo's brother, since he's in the spotlight handling the situation in New York and has become quite a star. Fredo decided to ask him about it because he sees the writing on the wall and knows that Joe Biden is basically asleep at the wheel.
Let me ask you something. With all of this adulation that you're getting for doing your job, are you thinking about running for president? Tell the audience.
No.
No, you won't answer?
No, I answered. The answer is no.
No, you're not thinking about it?
Sometimes it's one word. I said no.
Have you thought about it?
No.
Are you open to thinking about it?
No.
Might you think about it at some point?
No.
How can you know what you might think about at some point right now?
Because I know what I might think about and what I won't think about. But you're a great interviewer, by the way.
In case you haven't noticed, Fredo is doing his show from his wife's basement, and on Tuesday he had some big news. He tested positive for the coronavirus.
Now look, I feel fine. I'm able to do the show. You do not want this. And yet, I'm hesitant to talk about me because who cares?
Who cares, you ask? Well, your boyfriend sure does.
So I knew when I got the call early this morning, when I saw it said Christopher Cuomo, I was like, oh, Lord, here we go. Well, did you get my gift?
No.
Sent you a 6-pack of Corona.
Did you? You're not funny, by the way.
I know I'm
not. Forget.
I'm trying to make you feel better. I actually do feel bad for you.
It hurts my back.
Anytime, just a phone call away. All right, buddy, take care.
I'm sorry, I'm not sure if this is CNN or the Real Housewives of New York. Meanwhile, the mayor of Houston, Texas, has an important message for criminals during this quarantine.
Let me just make my plea. Until the coronavirus is resolved, criminals take a break. Okay? Stay home. Okay? Stay home. And don't commit any crimes. And that way, they'll stay safe and out of jail. And police officers will stay safe and can go home to their families. Okay? So everybody chill. Crooks, criminals, you chill. Wait till the coronavirus is over. Okay? And then we'll all be okay.
Wait until this summer to commit crimes, yo. This is not the time. It gets even crazier though. The liberals are literally calling for people to be let out of jail because of the coronavirus outbreak. If anything, we should probably be putting more people in jail in this country to keep the rest of us safe. And if the jails are overcrowded, we should build more. I certainly don't want to downplay the seriousness of the coronavirus, but in the future, we'll be able to look back on this and determine whether or not there was some overreaction. I am, however, very concerned about the liberal pathogen, which seems to be spreading even faster these days since most people are stuck at home on social media all day instead of at work. So if you want to help spread the word about that and you're confident that you'll have a job in the coming weeks and months, head on over to markdice.com or click the link in the description below and order yourself a Liberalism Find a Cure shirt. This shirt is available in 2 different styles, this one which has a rather noticeable graphic, or this one if you want to be a little bit less obvious. And of course they're available in a t-shirt, long sleeve, and a hoodie, and a whole bunch of different colors as well. So head on over to markdice.com or click the link in the description below and check them out!